This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Our goal with our videos is to empower you to be able to do the repairs on your own and save a whole lot of money and also get that great feeling of having fixed it by yourself. Today we have a Bosch Access washing machine motor that isn't doing the wash cycle and isn't spinning, so it's really not doing any kind of action. It has new carbon brushes on it, so we know it's not the carbon brushes. Although that's a common problem when they wear out, the motor just really won't do anything. So we're going to have it unplugged. We're going to take out all these screws on the back, remove the back panel, and take a little look at what the motor's doing with a continuity check and a voltage check. So these are the Torx fasteners on the back. I believe they're Torx, mainly Torx 15, and then 4 of them are Torx 20. So zip those all off, and then we're going to lift the back panel up a little bit and pull it off. Get that out of the way. And this is a live test, so we're still plugged in. We set it for spin. And we press start, make sure the door is closed. And this should be sending voltage now to these pins. We have our voltage tester set to test AC voltage, and we're putting the probes on these pins on the back. It's pretty cool. This allows you to test what the pin's continuity is for their ohms and also for their voltage. So we have it now set for AC voltage, and we're seeing that we are getting power to the lower 5 pins here all have power right around 109, sometimes 110, sometimes 108, but right around 110 volts. So we know that the door lock is working, we know that the controller is working, and it's sending voltage to the motor, but the motor just is not responding. And that could be due to bad windings. Numerous things can cause it, but when you do a continuity check and you get to the last 3 terminals, the bottom ones, you should get an ohms reading that's pretty close, depending on how you put the probes on the bottom 3 terminals. The variance of ohms reading shouldn't be very great, and in this motor there's a big difference. So I think some of the windings might have burned out, and this would necessitate a rebuilding of the motor or a replacement of the motor. And these run for about $220 to $260, and they're actually really easy to put in a new motor, but they're just kind of expensive. So before you put in a new motor, I would check to make sure there's voltage coming down to the motor like we did earlier in the video. And then if you do have voltage, you can remove the modular power connector from the back of the motor. That's what I'm doing here. And then you can do another continuity test. You want to make sure that you have the power plug removed from the motor when you do the continuity check, so that you're only checking continuity of the motor only. So we just took the modular connector off for the motor. It's this yellow plug. And then if you do your continuity checks, you should get your ohm readings on those last 3 pins. The bottom pins should be pretty close on your ohms readings. The upper 2 should be for the tachometer, and then the next ones, or the bottom 3, should be the windings, and those are the ones that sometimes you might get an OL reading, which means there's just no circuit at all, no resistance. That could be a broken wire inside the motor. So in this machine, it was shown that the power was coming down to the motor, but the motor was unresponsive. It does have brand new carbon brushes, so the windings inside the motor may be compromised. It's an older machine. And to put on the new motor is pretty easy. We just take off the belt, undo a couple of bolts here, we can take off the old motor and switch it out. These are the ohms readings on the back terminals. So if you're not getting any voltage coming down to the motor, that could be due to a bad door lock. Is a pretty common reason you wouldn't be getting voltage. But it'd be good to test that voltage before you're thinking about replacing the motor, because if you're not getting voltage, it's probably due to a bad door lock. So we're just putting it all back together. So I hope this helps you determine why your machine isn't spinning, whether it's a bad door lock or whether it may be a bad motor, and hope this gets your machine going. So thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe when you get a chance.